Hey everybody, it's Chrissy again, and I'm here to show you another tech tip. This time I'm going to talk about checking your website's performance. So website performance is really important for usability. It's also important for search engine optimization. You want to make sure that your website is loading fast and efficiently. And we've got a few tools that I'm going to show you how to check that. So let's switch over to my screen. This is gyboacademy.com. It's a website that I'm currently working on. Not optimized at all yet. So haven't done any performance optimization on it yet. So we're going to take a look at how to check the optimization for it or the performance for it. So I'm going to switch over to a website, gtmetrics.com. This is a free tool that you can use. So you just enter the URL that you want to check. So I'm going to enter gyboacademy.com and we're going to analyze the URL. And this can take a few minutes. By default, it's going to use a test server that is in the continent or the area that I am currently in. So you can see the test server location for this one is Vancouver, Canada. All right, so it's getting there, it's analyzing, and it's going to give me the results in just a second. So let's give it another second here. And there we go. All right. So GT metrics grade is currently a B, performance is 85, structure is 95%. That's pretty good. That's not too bad. You can scroll down a little bit and see a little bit more information. Again, this is not an optimized website. So when we look at some of the other tools, you might see different reports, different grade, but this isn't too bad. One of the things that I want to show you right here is the largest contentful paint. It's loading in about 1.3 seconds, which is pretty good. Now this website is using caching on the server side. I have not set up website caching yet, which basically means it creates a copy, like a static copy of the file instead of pulling everything from the database dynamically. So it's going to give me a pretty good performance with that. If you go down to the top issues, you can see that it gives some suggestions for things that you can fix. You can see here, I've got a lot of chaining going on. There's a lot of JavaScript loading because I am using a page builder. And so you can see tons of JavaScript going on there. And some other things that I can do to improve the performance. These are all kind of low priority tasks. If I switch over to this performance tab here, you can see I've got 854 milliseconds. So it's loading pretty quickly. Speed index is 1.2 seconds. Again, loading pretty quickly. So I'm pretty happy with this, especially since I haven't done any optimization yet. Now I'm going to switch over to another screen. This is the Lighthouse report. Lighthouse is a extension that you can use on Chrome and I believe on Firefox. It looks like that. It looks like a little lighthouse. So you can just add it through as a Google Chrome extension. Just search for Lighthouse. And you just go to a website. So like I'm going to go to gyboacademy.com and wait for it to load. And then you just click on the icon. Now I am currently I'm logged into the website. So this isn't going to give me the most accurate results. So actually let me log out real quick. Because I don't want it to load the admin stuff. So I'm going to generate a report now. And this will come, this one takes a little while to generate, so we're going to come back to it in just a minute. I'm going to show you one more tool, and that is tools.pingdom.com. If you go to their website, you can just type in the URL, gyboacademy.com, and you want to test from, I'm going to test from North America. I'm going to test from North America, USA, Washington, D.C. And I'm going to click on Start Test there. And we're going to see how fast it is on here. Again, remember, totally unoptimized site. Haven't really done anything to optimize it. And I will make another video to talk more about doing optimization. So let's get this to load. And you can see here, much lower performance here, 70. I got a D there. Not great, but the load time is not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that load time. It's less than a second. So that's pretty good. But again, it gives me some suggestions on how I can make it better. So you can see I can make fewer HTTP requests. I can compress components with gzip. I can add expired headers. And I can use, this is a WordPress site, so I can actually use some plugins to do some of these things. All right, let's go back to the Lighthouse report viewer, and oh, there we go. Performance of 15, not very good. But you can see that it's taking a while to load, and this is doing this on a mobile view. So this is part of why it's important. But it does, again, it gives me some really good opportunities for fixing things. So reduced unused CSS. So if I expand this, it tells me where that unused CSS is and how large it is, and then how much I could potentially save by eliminating it. So you can see I've got a lot of suggestions there. Reduced unused JavaScript, that's another one. So again, this is stuff from my theme. So there are some things that I can reduce there. If I scroll down a little bit, reduce the impact of third-party code. So if I scroll down here, you can see I'm using Google Tag Manager, I'm using Google Fonts, Bootstrap, Cloudflare. So I'm using a lot of third-party code in my website. So I may or may not be able to fix some of these things. So it is helpful to see this information. I am really happy with the accessibility, that it's 98. That's a pretty good score. And my best practices score is pretty high. So that's really good. My SEO is 86, not terrible, not the best. But I am going to improve that after I finish building the site. It's still under development, so I'm not expecting it to be performing at its top. So hopefully this is helpful. Again, the websites that I recommend using are gtmetrics.com and tools.pingdom.com. Check your website in there. Leave a comment. Let me know. I want to share it. If it's not great, that's okay. It's a starting point. You will find suggestions in these reports to show you some things that you can do to make it better. So good luck with your testing, and I'll see you next time.